Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's AttackonSamurott, bringing you all a video, an update video / drawing video. So, it's not like a guided drawing video. I'm just kind of like drawing, really. So, this is also, like I said, an update video. So I just want to update you guys on what's been going on and when I'm going to be back to recording and whatnot. So technically this should have been a stream, but I was trying to stream on Twitch the other day. Actually, I think 2 days ago now. I tried to stream on Twitch 2 days ago, and I found out that my streaming speed, the internet speed or whatever, for actually having a good quality stream, you gotta have a speed of 8 or something. And the speed I have being home with my parents, it's 4 to 5, so it's not the greatest for streaming. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do something else, and this is the something else. So again, just gonna be an update vid, get my thoughts on some stuff and just talk about whatever I want. So before we get started, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord, the Bushido Gang. And just gonna make sure I'm actually recording. I am indeed recording. Okay. So funny thing is that I'm actually recording on my drawing pad that I'm using right now. And so far I've been enjoying this drawing pad. The pad I have, it's called XP Pen. It's called XP Pen. And the model is XP Pen 13.3 Pro. So it's been pretty good for me so far. I got it. I think my dad bought it for me. He bought it for me somewhere around, I think early June. No, not early June. Around early July. That's when he bought it. So yeah. But I've been enjoying it so far. It's been pretty nice. Sometimes the pen does have some calibration issues, but so far since I fixed that issue, it's been pretty solid. It's been pretty solid for me. Now occasionally it does lag a little bit, but I think that lag comes from my laptop. That's why it kind of does that. So yeah. So what I'm working on right now is a panel for my comic, which is called June and July. So it's this thing can even get back. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, see what I said? It sometimes lags a little bit, but again, like I said, I think that's from my laptop because I have a lot of tabs open on it right now, and sometimes those tabs kind of slow stuff down for me. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to make this a long video because I gotta wake up early because I'm actually gonna be going to Virginia for the weekend, just to see my cousins and whatnot, find out how they're doing, because so when I graduated from my university, when I graduated from there, I didn't get the chance to see my cousins, and they didn't get the chance to see me graduate. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going down there just to see them and just see how they're doing and whatnot, since I haven't seen them in 2 years, or almost 2 years now. It's definitely been over 2 years now. So yeah. I have a baby cousin. When I saw him last time, he was 1 year old, and now he's 4 and he's moving around and everything. So it's definitely going to be a shock to him when he sees me, if I see him anyway, because there's some other stuff that's going on with that, but I don't really want to talk too much into that because that's just very personal. But yeah, it's gonna be fun though. I can't wait to see my cousins again. But yeah, going back to this this story. So this story is gonna be it's actually a romance story. Now when it comes to romance, right? I'm not really about that kind of category. I mean, it's cool, I guess. It's cool getting doing this relationship shit and all that stuff. It's cool, but again, it's not really my cup of tea. Not all the time, anyway. Like I can enjoy like a couple romance stuff. Like for example, I guess like when it comes to manga, Komi-san. Komi-san is more like it's more like a slice of life romance thing, but it's more slice of life than romance, really. Sometimes it feels like that. But yeah, especially with what's been going on in the current chapters for the manga. Another like romance thing that I used to watch, or that I sometimes like look on, is what's it called? Nagatoro. I didn't watch it, I actually read the manga. The manga is like okay. Eventually like the girl Nagatoro got better, and she became like likable, and the main character, the main male character, he became a lot more aggressive and actually became a lot more confident because of her. So, their relationship is kind of like bouncing off each other, which is interesting. But yeah, again, those are just some examples of some romances I've been reading, and again, they aren't bad. But yeah, again, when it comes to romance, though, it's my first time really actually doing something like this. Because as you guys know, if you guys don't know, I'm actually working on a main comic called Ozzy Strider, and that one is pretty much my main project, like I said. So this is basically like kind of a build up to it, and also just for me to get practice with actually using this tablet, because I may end up drawing my main comic on this. And honestly, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think it'd be pretty fun to do. I just gotta, learn more about the other applications on this thing. Cause I know that because I've been looking at like other digital artists and how they have their pads and everything, and they can do it with line, and they basically like do they make a sketch make a sketch to lay out what they're gonna be doing, and then they actually put the line work in. And I have no idea where that is right now, so that's kind of why I just drew everything free-handed on here. So I meant to see like drew from my sketchbook and then drew it on here. So I mean to say, but yeah. So the main story. So it's called June and July. It's about this guy and girl. June's the guy, and July is the girl. Pretty much she calls June, and June calls July, Jewel. So yeah, just kind of like showing the differences in how they like interact with each other and whatnot. But yeah, so they are kind of having a date. They've been friends for a very long time. And they're just seeing each other after a long time, because they haven't seen each other in like, let's just say like 2 years. They haven't seen each other in 2 years, so they're just kind of like having like a catch up kind of moment. Their date technically is at the movies, so they're just talking about the movie, and then it gets kind of intimate towards the later parts of the short story. So that's what this is. So right now I'm pretty much like working on the climax. So yeah, this is kind of like the main, like one of the like pivotal points in the story. So yeah, I do want to work on more. I do have like ideas for more short stories, just so again I get more practice with this stuff. So that way, when I start my main comic, when I start actually drawing the panels for Ozzy Strider, then I'll feel more confident in my ability to actually do the comic. But yeah, the good thing about this one, about doing this first short story, is that I don't really have to worry about making like a background or anything too crazy. So I just wanted to keep this is my first one, simple, and just have this kind of one-on-one interaction with both characters. So again, just kind of like this this engagement that they're having right now. So yeah, I think that's just easier right now for me, instead of having to like, you know, draw like action and whatnot. I'm not really gonna be doing all that. Not for my first one anyway. I do have like a lot of ideas though when it comes to like action, especially for the Ozzy Strider comic. Because I mean, that's a sports comic. But this can be a sports comic, or at least a sports comic inspired by manga, or with the manga style. So yeah, gonna be a lot of action shots. You know, like showing, because I mean it's also track and field, by the way, I forgot to mention that. So, you know, sports, but I wanted to be more specific that my story, Ozzy Strider, is about track and field. So I'm gonna be like showing pretty much a lot of the same poses, but I really do think that it's gonna be interesting to just like experiment with how many different poses I can do, because I've been looking at some other sports manga. Well, actually, I'm only looking at one at the moment. I'm looking at Slam Dunk, which is a manga made by Take Inoue. I think that's how you say his name. Forgive me if I am ignorant, because I am an American and I'm black. No, it don't matter. It don't matter because I'm black. But yeah, if I said his name wrong, I apologize. But yeah, I wanted to look at again, like sports mangas, and just get an idea of, you know, how they kind of do this repetition, or like how they like, because I mean like for Slam Dunk, it's basketball, so there's only so much you can do with that, because you're kind of doing the same stuff over and over again. Like, you're always going to be showing the shot of someone actually taking a shot, or a slam dunk, or a pass, or any of that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out from reading that manga, how much repetition is there, or does it have to be repetitive? So it's really what I'm trying to get to. Because I know, like, when it comes to Battle Shonen's very, like, you can be very creative with that. Like, you don't have to, like, you're not bound to one specific thing. So there's multiple layers to that. But when it comes to sports manga, or just sports stories in general, like, they're kind of like put on just one action, which is, again, for Slam Dunk, it's basketball. But yeah, for Slam Dunk, it's basketball, and with my story, it's track and field. Also, wait, I'm very, how could I forget the manga I'm actually reviewing right now? There's also Run on Your New Legs I've been reading. And that one really helps me out, because again, I'm getting like another like sports manga to look at, but also like one that actually pertains to what I'm going to be doing. So that definitely helps me a lot, because I get to see what the mangaka for this manga, or the mangaka for Run on Your New Legs is like, how they like how they draw the character running, how they do all these interactions with the other characters in the story. So that helps me a ton. Definitely helps me a ton. So I'm going to be learning a lot, or I've been learning a good chunk from that manga. I've even practiced drawing some of the panels as well. So again, it's just very, very useful for me. So that's why I picked it up in the first place, really. Because I mean, if I wasn't going to review it, then I would probably just keep reading the whole thing through. But actually, speaking of Run on Your New Legs, so I actually did record all my other reactions to the chapters. So after chapter 7, I already recorded chapter 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. But I have not uploaded any of them yet, because, or for one, I was kind of disappointed with how little I got from the last vid. That I was just like, you know what, it's probably not worth it. So I just kind of stopped when it came to that. I really like this manga a lot. Like, I really enjoy reading Run on Your New Legs, but it's just disappointing when no one else enjoys it as much as I do. So I just don't really try enough with that. but I also don't really know like where would I have to promote to actually get people to read this stuff or check out my reactions for it, so that way, you know, people can actually read the story for themselves too. But yeah, I just don't know, unfortunately. So, but I mean, it has gotten like decent views though. Like people are paying attention to it, but it's only like it's just not as much as I would have liked to see, really. But it is what it is. So yeah. So like I said, with this manga, or with this short story comic, I started drawing it back in June, and I pretty much has just been going from there, really. Like I want to say it was like early June I started drawing, and it's actually, so this story is actually based on a real event, that actually did happen. So there's this girl that I've known for a very long time. I've known her for 6 years now, and I haven't talked to her. I haven't seen her, and I haven't like seen her in person since 2018, 2019. So I haven't seen her since then, and recently, actually not recently, back in November of 2021, I started thinking about her, and I was wondering how she was doing and whatnot. So I decided to send her a text, and just said hey, ask her how she was doing and whatnot, and she responded back. Oh wow. And yeah, she responded back. So after that point, we started to, I guess, rekindle a little bit, and just find out how we were both doing, since COVID hit. And she was telling me her story, and I was telling her my story. And I didn't tell her everything, exactly everything, but yeah, eventually like we started to plan when to meet up again, and she told me that she wanted to go see Batman. So we went to see it. We saw it in March. I kind of jumped the gun, didn't I? I meant to say that again, she said she wanted to go see Batman, and she was going to come to DC, which is, again, like not that, which I mean, from where she lives, which is in Maryland, from where she lives, it's not that far, really. It's not that far of a trip for her. But I mean, it's 30 minutes though. It's a 30-minute like trip for her. So her parents have to like take her kind of far, or like relatively far, and also have to get through the city as well, which driving in downtown DC is hell. It is hell, man, because there's just so much to pay attention to down there. But yeah, anyways, so fast forward to the day it happened, which was like March 19th. So like what, 5 months ago now? 5 months ago since I last saw her. So we set a time beforehand. We set a time to see each other at to meet up at 4, or no, yeah, around 4. So when I went downtown, and we were supposed to meet up at the National Mall. So, because the theater isn't that far from the National Mall, so we were gonna meet up there, and so I came there early. I came there like about 30 minutes early. Actually, no, I don't think it was 30 minutes exactly, but I know it was early. I was definitely early. So I was just chilling until she was gonna show up, which again I was expecting to be around 4 o'clock. So she didn't show up for a little bit. So I was gonna waste some time and just walk around in the museums for a bit. Because again, National Mall, there's a couple of museums that are around that area, or that are present in the areas. I was just going to one of them and just gonna chill for a bit until she showed up. And yeah. And yeah, so I was just gonna chill in one of the not movie theaters, just one of the museums, and just chill with her, or just chill there. Now, I actually did plan. I had a plan when I was or when she showed up. I had a plan that, you know, if she showed up early, then we were gonna walk around a couple of the museums, and then go get something to eat, and then after we ate, we would go to the movies. That's what my plan was, but unfortunately, it didn't go as well as I thought because, again, she was late. So fast forward, it's like I think 20 minutes now after 4, so it's like 4:20, 4:25, somewhere around that time. And I'm just like, yo, what is going on, man? Why is she taking so long? So I got a call from her, and she was asking me, hey, did you leave already? And I told her, yeah, I'm already downtown. I'm already right by the National Mall. And she was like, oh my goodness, why didn't you tell me before? Or why didn't you say anything? And I was just like, I didn't think I needed to say anything. I don't think I actually said it to her. I think I'm pretty sure I said it, or I thought about it. Either one, I was saying I didn't think I needed to tell you because we should have already, you know, I was expecting her to already be there. So she was just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and whatnot. So she said she was going to be on her way, or she was about to leave. So fast forward now, it's almost 5 o'clock. It's almost 5 o'clock now. And she shows up. Her parents drop her off. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I think like I made some mistakes. When I saw her parents, because one, I actually forgot to say, you know, to ask them like, well, I mean, I asked them how they were doing, but I didn't actually say, you know, Mr. and Miss, what's your name? Like, I didn't actually say that. It's kind of like, you know, a little slip on my end, but I generally like her parents. Her parents are cool, but I just didn't know what to say to them. So I kind of just said, I'm gonna take care of your daughter. I'm gonna take care of your daughter. And they pretty much were just like, all right, cool. And then they went off. So now we're on our way to the theater. So we're walking to the theater and whatnot. And she started talking to me. She started asking me some questions, asking me some random bullshit questions like, what's your thoughts on politics and whatnot? Like, well, who's your political party? Are you a Republican, or are you a liberal, or are you a Democrat? And like, that was the weirdest question she ever asked me, because, well, actually, that's one of the weirdest questions she ever asked me, because like, let me just say this as a disclaimer, that she was doing a lot of weird shit. Like, I was not used to the way she was acting when I saw her again. So it was very different. Or she was acting a little different from how I'm used to her, because when I'm used to her, like, she's just kind of chill, really. She doesn't really, like, I mean, she can talk, but like, she's also just kind of like chill too at times. So this side of her where she's just like talking a lot, it was a little weird for me. But anyways, she was asking me if I'm into politics, and I said fuck no. I don't give a damn. I don't care about politics. So she's like, oh, alright, that's cool. And then she started to talk again, and I forgot what she was saying after that. It was probably some other random shit. She asked me if I was mad about her being late, and I just told her, nah, I don't care. It's just, I didn't really care, so I just kind of like brushed it off. And she was just, apologizing, saying that, oh, I'm sorry, and I just told her, you don't gotta apologize, just enjoy our time and whatnot. So yeah, so she was asking me about that, and then she was asking me about, like, if I wanted to get a job at CVS, because there was actually a CVS not far from where we were going, and And I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Because she actually works at CVS, and I just said, you know, like, I don't really want to do that. And she was just like, oh, why not? And I just said, I just don't want to. and yeah, so that's one random question out the way. Then she was asking me about driving and whatnot, and I bullshit that question because I was just like, I said yeah, I said yeah, even though I don't have my shit yet, but kind of like gave her I gave her the truth, but I lied a little bit. And to the effect that, like, yeah, I'm driving, in quote, but yeah, so now we're like, what, like 10, probably like a 10-minute walk away from the theater now, and now she started to ask some, like, really, actually, no, well, one, she started to get a little loud with me, which was very weird, and two, she started asking more questions. I didn't say much, by the way, I gotta mention, I didn't really say much to her, which is, honestly, well, okay, I got that suggestion from my friend not to say much, my friend told me, you know, like, not to really, like, think too much about it, and not really, just expect nothing to happen. So I went in with very, very low expectations of what was gonna happen, or what was gonna happen. So, anyways, fast forward to what she's doing. She was asking me about drinks, like, if I drink wine or whatnot. Apparently she likes wine. So she was telling me about, like, she likes red wine and whatnot. I think she also said white wine, but she just asked me, like, what type of wine do I like to drink, or if I drink wine in general, and I just told her, nah, I don't really drink wine. And I told her, you know, like, we should just keep this stuff in private, you know, like, because, you know, we're in public and whatnot. And then she did the weirdest thing. She wasn't yelling at me. She just got loud for no reason. She was just like, it's just the two of us. It's okay, or some shit. And it was just the two of us. No one's gonna care what we say. And when she said that, honestly, I didn't know how to respond to that. Like, I kind of shut down for a minute. I would, like, not like shut down, like, you know, get sad in my feelings or anything like that. Nothing like that. No, it wasn't like that at all. But I just kind of, like, went silent because I was just like, I was thinking two things. What the fuck is she doing? And what is going on? So that's what I was doing. I was thinking all those things at that moment. But I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything back. I just kept walking, just kept pushing. And she was still walking with me, so yeah, just kind of ignored it, really. So then she did another weird thing while we were walking. This time we were about to cross the street, and she was actually, like, kind of, like, going from one side of the street to the other. Like, I mean, like, not like, you know, she went to the other side of the street. I'm saying that, like, I'm walking across, or I'm walking, and she's next to me, but then she goes around me, and she just kind of, like, goes around me and then behind me, and I'm just like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm doing, and she was like, nothing, or some like stupid shit, and then she started to brush against my hand, and I was just like, again, what are you doing? What are you doing? And why are you playing so much? And she was just like, oh, I'm not doing anything. And I'm just like, yes, you are. What are you doing? But yeah, I kind of let that go. And just kind of let her, you know, like, do whatever she was doing, really. So fast forward, now we're at the theater. So we made it to the theater, and I'm just trying to think of what happened next. Sorry. Made it to the theater, and We got there. She was gonna buy something, so she asked me if I wanted something, and I just told her, I just wanted like a bottle of water and whatnot. So she got something for herself. She got like some popcorn and and like a little snack or something. She also got like a smoothie, or not smoothie, a Slurpee. She got a Slurpee and whatnot, and I noticed that her hands were shaking a little bit, so I had to help her with her food. Yeah, she kind of shakes a little bit, like her hands I mean, like her hands kind of like get a little shaky sometimes. So yeah, but I've only seen that happen like at least twice, so I'm not really too sure like what it could be. But she told me she's had like anxiety and whatnot, but yeah. Anyways, we got to our seats, and the seat that we had, I couldn't lean back. I couldn't lean back, and I don't think hers could lean back either. I probably should have asked at that time if hers could lean back, because the one I was sitting in, the seat I had, I couldn't lean back. So yeah, I pretty much just had to like stay in the seat the whole time and whatnot, and same with her. So we were watching the movie and whatnot, and I noticed that at some points in the movie, she was doing some other weird shit too. Like, at one point she was on her phone, and I saw her like texting, and she was texting fast as shit. Like I was just like, yo. Well, I mean, I was actually like saying like, yo, you text fast as fuck. I didn't ask who she was texting, but she just laughed a little bit when I told her she was texting fast as shit. But yeah, man. Then at one point, I actually did have an extra straw with me, so I actually like took a little bit of her Slurpee and whatnot, and it wasn't too bad. It didn't taste that great, honestly. The Slurpee didn't taste that great, but yeah, I had an extra straw and just like drink out of her Slurpee and whatnot. Yeah, that Slurpee tasted terrible. It was like a red one, and apparently the blue one's better. This is what she tells me, but the red one tasted like cold medicine. Like it was some shit, bro. It was some ass. But yeah. Where am I gonna go from there? So I tried to downplay the movie, because I actually did like the Batman. I thought the Batman movie was good. But I kind of had to downplay it. I really wanted to say more, but again, I was thinking back to what my friend told me, and my friend said, you shouldn't say too much, and just let her rock, just let her, do whatever let her do what she's doing, and try to do the opposite of what she thinks. So like, if I like the movie, I gotta do the opposite of that. And I gotta trash the movie instead, just to like make her agree with me, or be like the opposite, so we can have more engaging conversation. But yeah, I just told her when the movie ended. I told her, there was this one scene that was cool. I did like the actually, I think I was asking her, like, I think either she asked me or I was asking her, like, what was her favorite scene from the movie, or what was her favorite character or whatnot. And she told me that she liked the Penguin, actually. The Penguin, and I think she said she liked what's his name? The Riddler. She said she liked the Riddler too. And I was just like, okay, why? And she just said, oh, they were just funny. And I was just like, oh, okay. But yeah. What else happened? Trying to think about what else happened there. What else happened? Fuck, I'm trying to think. Again, I was telling her what my favorite scene was. I told her that I liked the chase scene. The chase scene was probably one of the coolest parts of that movie. If not, it probably was the best part of the movie, honestly. So everything else, like the movie was long as shit, by the way. Like it was like 3 hours. But yeah, like I was honestly, I was trying to be like focused on her and the movie at the same time. Because I was just like seeing if she wanted to do anything at one point. Because at one point I actually tried to get her to like, you know, maybe lean over or something. And she was just like, oh no, I'm fine, but thank you. And I was just like, okay, okay. So that happened at that point in the movie, before it ended, or I mean throughout the movie. So yeah, what else did I do? Oh, yeah, so like I said, I had told her that I don't think the movie was that good. Like again, and she was just like, oh, I thought the movie was good, and it kind of just didn't really go that much further than that. But yeah, then what happened afterwards? Right before we left, she started to right during the end credits and whatnot of the movie. I noticed that she was doing a couple. Well, actually, no. Going back before the ending, I noticed that she was doing another thing. She actually had like some gum on her and whatnot, and I think she asked me if I wanted some, and I just told her nah. Then another thing happened. She pulled out like a little case of Vaseline, and she started to put some on her lips, and and I saw her do it, and I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she was just like getting some Vaseline, and I was just like, okay. Then she asked me if I wanted some, and I just told her nah, I'm good. And I told her nah, it was good. I didn't want any. So she was like, oh, okay. And that kind of went from there. And then we left, and we got out the theater. And we were waiting outside because, one, I actually thought I was going to have to walk her back to the National Mall and wait for her parents there. Even though it was late, because it was like almost 10 by the time the movie ended. So she told me her parents were going to come and pick her up. So I was like, alright, cool, so we can just chill here. So we're going to chill right in front of the theater. Outside the theater, like in the outside. And we started talking a little bit more. And I started to talk a little bit more. I was telling her about a book that I had on me. Because while I was like, I had a feeling I was going to wait at one point for her. So I brought a book with me. But I didn't feel like, using my phone or anything and just reading something from there. So I brought a whole book with me. And it's just a small book. It's a book by Carl Jung, Carl the Undiscovered Self. So basically it's like this book on understanding the mind, like understanding or being aware of the unconscious and the conscious mind. And also understanding your shadow, your what's the right word to say? You're kind of like your avatar, I guess. But yeah, so I was telling her about that book, and I gave it to her, just to look at it for a little bit. And when I was telling her, the stuff about understanding the unconscious mind and about, the shadow of the person and whatnot, she ended up saying some shit like, oh, this is just like Batman. And I'm just like I thought she was bullshitting. I think she was bullshitting at some point, but or at some point with that statement. But I was just like, yeah, sure, just like Batman. Just like Batman. So then at one point we were also both on our phones again, and then I decided to turn my phone off and just try to get her to keep talking and whatnot. And then at one point it started to rain a little bit. So it started to rain. Luckily I had an umbrella with me. So I could have stayed out with her, with the umbrella, but decided to, like, we should just go back inside and just wait a little bit until it stops raining so much, or until it stops raining. It wasn't like a downpour or anything, it was just kind of drizzling a little bit, but then it started to come down a little more, so we chilled in there. We chilled in the theater for a little bit, and we were talking a little bit more. Now, I want to note about, like, the position of the theater. There's actually, like, the upstairs and a downstairs, or it's like 2 levels, I mean. So the upstairs is actually where the theater's at, and then the first floor is the first floor has like a Haagen-Dazs right by it. So, and also some seats there too. So we went to sit down over there, or over by those seats, and like, so it's actually like a table. I mean, it's a table. So I'm sitting in front of her, and right in front of me there were 2 like other women. There were 2 women that were like a little further back, but they were looking at us, and I got nervous as shit because I'm just like, oh my god. I'm just nervous as shit because I'm just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I was trying my best to pay attention to her, like pay attention to the girl in front of me, then to look at those other women that were behind me, or that were in front of me. Because I mean, like, they were like older anyway, but the point is that I felt a little nervous because there were other people like looking at both of us, and I didn't really like that much. So but again, I tried my best to stay focused with her and stay focused on her. So we were talking a little bit more, and then it started to get a little bit more engaging, I'd say. So she was asking me she was just asking me some stuff. Actually, she wasn't asking me anything. She was just telling me some stuff, like actually, no, I did ask her. I was just asking her, like, did I ask her how she felt about me or something? I forgot exactly what I said, but she had complimented me, or I guess was trying to flirt with me or something, when she was saying that she was saying that she liked how how cool I was, how quiet I was, and how creative I am and whatnot. And I just told her, thank you and whatnot. I'm not really too sure what else I could have said there, but I did appreciate what she was saying. I told her she was goofy as shit. not like, in that way, like exactly that way, but I told her she was just goofy as fuck, because, she was smiling the whole time, and she was like laughing a little bit too. But yeah, she was just laughing quite a bit that night. So then I was, God. So then, sorry about that, I didn't mean to yawn on the mic, but yeah, so after she told me that, and I told her she was goofy and shit, I noticed that she was starting to look at me a lot more. Like, she and I were giving like a lot of eye contact to each other, and at one point I thought she was looking at my lips, and I caught that, and I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, nothing, just looking. and then I asked her, wait, were you looking at my lips? And she was just like, no. No. And then she was laughing, but then she like kind of like got a little shy, and then she was turning the other way, but she was still smiling at me. Or some shit. So then that happened, and after she did that, she started looking at me again, And this time, yeah, she was trying to look at me again. And then I got curious, so I was just like, I was actually curious about the Vaseline. So I brought it back up to her. I was just like, so what you get that Vaseline for? And she again, just said, oh, nothing, just, I guess she said something like she wanted to be moisturized or something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, so I was just gonna ask her if I could see the Vaseline, and she gave it to me. And when I felt it, like when I felt the Vaseline, like it was warm as shit. Like it was like really warm, and I was just like, I mean, I put my finger in it, and I looked at it. I looked at the Vaseline I had on my finger, and I just remember thinking, this is warm as shit. Why is this so warm? like I told her, why is this so warm? And she just laughed and just said, I don't know. Like, shit was warm as hell. Shit was warm as fuck. And I just couldn't process that. I was just like, yo, why is this shit so warm? I just kept saying it, like, and just laughing, like, why is this shit so warm? She kept laughing with me too. And then, like, right before I was, I was still looking at it, and then I was looking back at her, and I noticed that she was doing this really, no bullshit, she made the craziest face I've ever seen her do. Like, I've never seen any woman so far make a face like she did, but the face she made was like it was so seductive. Like, she was looking directly at me, and she was biting her lips. And again, like I said before, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to process that. So, I just said, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she was just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I'm just like, "You sure? Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And again, I got like very, very paranoid, or very, very nervous, because then I was looking at those, cause like, again, like I said, I was trying to look at her, and I was looking at the other women that were behind us, and again, like, they just kept looking at us, and I think they were laughing at us too, and I'm just like, oh god. So I hesitated, and I ended up wiping off the Vaseline while looking at her and just laughing, because again, I just thought it was a joke. I couldn't really again, like I said, I couldn't process what she was doing. So I told my friend about what happened. I told him about the date. I told her about what she was doing with the Vaseline and all that, and he told me she wanted to kiss me, and like, I was just like, what do you mean she wanted to kiss me? like what do you mean? Like, again, I didn't understand at that time what she was doing. Like, I couldn't pick up on the signs, but not only that, I hesitated. Like, when it comes to girls that I've, like, been around and have, like, almost got close with, I always hesitate. Like, it gets really bad, man. It gets really, really bad. Yeah, I hesitated with her, so I didn't end up making the move when she was clearly showing a lot of signs. But again, I couldn't catch on at that point, and yeah, I missed an opportunity. I missed the opportunity to kiss her. And like, I really like that girl. I like her a lot. Like, but my problem, I have a lot of problems. But when it comes to, like, being intimate and trying to get close with people, I really don't know how to do that well. I just don't. So I just kind of push people away. Again, not talking about relationships, but like just in general, like I'm just not that good at being close to people. I can't get close to people for a long period of time. So even though I've known this girl for a very long time, I still hesitated. Because I mean, for one, I haven't seen her like again in like 2-3 years. But two, like I just hesitate a lot. But yeah, again, in situations like that, I'm not really too sure what I should be doing. But I did learn from her. I learned a lot from her, actually. But currently, right now, we aren't really talking. There's actually one point I tried to get her to call me. Like, I actually tried calling her a lot and trying to get her to text me a couple times. Because I remember that we had this conversation where I was telling her, you know, like, I prefer to call you more than actually text you. And she told me she prefers texting more than calling. And I just said, you know, like, we can do that, but, you know, I would still like to have calls with her, because there's a couple reasons why I want to call. One, I like listening to her. I like hearing her voice. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. I really did. I mean, I really did like hearing her voice. It's like her voice is like, I don't know how to really describe it, but it's just very soft, but a little raspy. Yeah, it's like soft but a little raspy. But yeah, then I just told her that, you know, I prefer to call than text, and she says she prefers texting. And I just asked her, you know, like, why does she prefer texting so much? And she says, like, it's just easier for her. But, you know, I told her I wasn't about that, and I prefer to call. So I tried to get her to call multiple times, and the last time she called me was when I had COVID. No, actually, yeah, it was during and after I had COVID. Then I haven't really heard from her since. So again, that was like the call was like back in April, like late April. And around June, I actually tried to get her to call me again. Or I wanted to call her, you know, I just wanted to talk, because it was actually her birthday. It was her birthday, like, in early June. So I was just trying to talk to her, you know, just, you know, wish her a happy birthday or whatever. And, I didn't get a response. I didn't get a call back from her. So I was definitely disappointed by that. She did text me. She told me that she was going to call me back later. And I haven't gotten that call back. I mean, I didn't get that call back, so I just kind of went blank on her for the rest of June. And then she sent me a message back in July, like early July. It was actually on July 4th. She sent me a message, and she was wondering how I was doing and whatnot. And I just told her, you know, I was just working, doing work and whatnot. And yeah, I was just doing work, making a graphic print. So she wanted to see what I was doing. And I just told her maybe I'll show it, and I ended up showing it anyway, but that don't really matter that much. That's not important. So fast forward now to like late July, which is actually around my birthday. Right around my birthday, I had told her that I was messing up. So I was going to let her go. So that's what I ended up doing. I was going to let her go. So she asked me if I was free. And when she sent me that text on my birthday. And a couple days later, I didn't respond to it, but actually, when she sent me that text, I was actually at work. So I wasn't able to actually see the message until I was done with work. because where I work at, again, the Kennedy Center, it has like very bad Wi-Fi. So so I wasn't able to, you know, actually see her message until I was done with my shift. So so yeah, when that happened, or when I saw the message, it was like what, like 9 or something like that. But yeah, I didn't end up responding back to her until like a couple days later. So I told her, like, if you want to call me, or like, I'm gonna let you go, and whatnot. If you want to call me, then you have to, or if you want to talk to me, you gotta call me. And I pretty much said it's up to you, and that's where it's been now. So haven't heard from her since the 21st of July. So I haven't heard from her since I sent that message. So yeah, it's disappointing, man. I definitely feel like I was doing a lot. I was doing way too much than I needed. I was doing way more than I needed to. With, you know, like the constant texting and the calling, or the attempted calls. I definitely think that might have turned her off, like, a lot. But yeah, still, I don't know. In my head, I would just think that maybe she'd be willing to accept some things and actually want to talk at one point, but nah, she didn't. So it's disappointing, but it's just the way it is. So if she comes back, then cool. It'll be water under the bridge. But if she doesn't, I mean, well, there'll probably be better women than her that are around anyway. But still, it's just sad as shit, man. So yeah, that's where this story came from. It came from that experience. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, I've been working on like a couple. I mean, I'm pretty much done with most of the panels already. Like, I've already colored in most of them. One of the things I have to do to finish this is actually put in the text boxes for the dialogue. So once I'm done with that, then this whole thing is basically done at that point, and I won't have much else to do. So yeah, I don't know how long I've been talking. How long I've been talking? 57 minutes. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap this up soon. But I'm just gonna give some closing statements before I end this video. By the way, you guys might end up seeing this tomorrow. Actually, actually the day I'm leaving. You guys might end up seeing this tomorrow, being Friday. But if not, you guys may end up seeing it Saturday. But I think you guys will see this tomorrow, right before I leave. But yeah, so anyways, I wanted to actually make some videos talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but I haven't done that yet. Just because, well, for one, I wanted to do like a group video with me, Eric, and Gallade, but they're both really busy right now, especially Gallade, because Gallade is starting his first year of university, so he's already like gonna be busy doing stuff. So there's that, and then Eric is also busy because, you know, he's got his job and everything. So yeah, when it comes to uploading, I think I'm the only one right now that's like still doing stuff. So yeah, even though I'm not doing stuff right now, I'm taking a break from recording. But yeah, I guess I can give some brief thoughts on what I think about Scarlet and Violet so far, just based on the news we've gotten recently. This metagame, the Scarlet and Violet metagame, is going to be one of the craziest metas we've seen in a long time. Honestly, I think it might be almost as like crazy as the X and Y era, because the amount of shit that's going to be happening with Terra is actually insane. Because I mean, you get stab on top of it, and then you could just change like the typing like right before the turn. So it's not like, you know, an auto. Well, I mean, actually, no, it is automatic, but I'm saying that like you could actually set the typing right before or I mean like on the turn that you have. So yeah, then they introduced like a new Pokemon in the recent trailer, showing like I think the name was called like Cyclozar or something like that. So it's like a lizard with the motorbike wheel for its throat. So just like Koraidon and Miraidon. So I think that thing is gonna have some tie to those legendaries, but we're gonna see where that goes. And yeah, again, the main thing to really talk about is just competitively that Terra is gonna be very disgusting. I think like that shit is nuts, man. Getting stab on top of adding an item to it, because you can add an item, is ridiculous. Like that shit is just crazy, man. I mean, like, see, I wouldn't have an issue with Terra if the item or whatever, if the mechanic was just like if it was a held item or something, just like how Z moves and the megas were. But the fact that you can actually hold an item while being terra'd is or while being terrestrialized is that's ridiculous, bro. That's actually kind of crazy. I really do think that the popular one is going to be like, I think people are gonna be stacking up like adaptability. I think it's gonna be like that, honestly. Like, oh my god, like this shit is going to be nasty, man. Yeah. Like I was theory crafting about what if we had an adaptability mod come back, like like Dragology comes back or Porygon Z comes back in these games, bro. The amount it's actually gonna be nuts. Seeing as how strong that is, like I think it's like it's double boosted or something. So it's adaptability on top of adaptability, which is basically like which is basically like what, like 4.0 or something like that, or 4.5 or some weird shit like that. But yeah, this is gonna be busted. This shit's gonna be busted, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it though. I definitely want to see the madness that this brings. But yeah, definitely Scarlet and Violet are gonna be an interesting metagame. So looking forward to it. And yeah, and then when it comes to recording, I want to take a brief step back into talking about Run on Your New Legs. Again, like I want to get back into uploading that again, but I'd only do it if it gets popular again. Like if people are actually looking forward to reading that and looking at my reactions for it and whatnot. Because I mean, if no one cares, I'm probably just gonna stop altogether, which is sad because I really like this manga and I like talking about it. But again, it's just disappointing that no one seems to really want me to keep interacting with it. But yeah, really good manga though. I do recommend reading it though if you're into track and field or into like sports manga in general. But it's fun. It's been a fun read so far. The start is a little slow though. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little slow. Because I mean, at this point in the story, he hasn't even had his first practice yet. So it's just taking a little longer than it should be, I think. I'll make a perfect example. In my comic right now, I already had the first practice with my main character and the rest of the track team. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, is the mangaka just trying to make a world building? And I think that's what he's doing. I think he's trying to do like world building first. So that's why he hasn't like done the track stuff for real yet. But yeah. So that is that pretty much. Now, or I mean for the manga anyway, the manga review. Now when it comes to Pokemon, I wanted to take a break from playing Showdown because I was just tired really was just tired. Like, I was tired of playing DPP and playing ADV so much. I love them. I love those metagames to death. But when I play on ladder, I feel like shit. I feel like shit playing on ladder. I'd rather play people like... I'd rather do friendlies, honestly. Like, I would rather do friendlies. I'm not even kidding. Like, those feel a lot better than playing on ladder sometimes. So yeah, man. That's just how I feel at the moment about laddering. Even when it came to what's it called, Sword and Shield too, it was like that as well. Just got burned out from playing so much NU. Because I mean, NU was crazy during the summer because it was just back-to-back stuff. Again, the suspect test, and then another suspect test, and then another suspect test. Like the Rotom suspect test. Well, actually, I don't think I played in that one. I was thinking about playing in it, but I don't think I actually played in it. But that one, the Dragology test. Then there was another one. There's another one that happened. I forgot what the other one was. But there's just a lot of testing going on in NU. So I just kind of got like kind of got tired of it. I was like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna take a break from it. And that's why I decided to play more RU and LC and Ubers at the time. When I was recording more. But yeah, eventually I got bored of them and just decided to just stop altogether. So that's what happened. That's why you gotta give yourselves breaks when playing Mons so much. Cause like, I feel like the effect of quarantine is now starting to hit me, to where I just play so many hours of Mons that like I don't feel like I get tired, but now I do. Now I definitely get tired from playing so much. So it's definitely had an effect on me. So yeah, I'm just not gonna like play as much Showdown. I mean, and even like maybe doing Showdown lives as well. I'm probably just not gonna do as much at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back to recording in September. So when September hits, I'll try my best to get back into it and record again. But right now I'm definitely tired, and I'm definitely gonna take a break from playing Mons. Or I mean, I'm enjoying my break from playing Mons right now. So yeah, I might get a little hectic though, because during the fall, I'm gonna be working 3 jobs. So that's gonna be a lot of fun, including the Candy Center. I mean, so that's 3 jobs. I mean, including the Candy Center. So working like 3 part-time jobs while I'm looking for my main job right now. So yeah, when it comes to recording and uploading and all that stuff, it's gonna be an interesting time for all of us. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to the craziness. But I try my best to be consistent with the schedule, and yeah. So pretty much I only got like one part of it done. Like only one panel done, or half of the panel done while I'm working on another page. But yeah. Honestly, I probably could just save the trouble of just like using the paint bucket and just doing it that way. But I'm very meticulous about stuff like that, so I'd rather just use the paintbrush and just do what I'm doing right now. I just enjoy doing this anyway. But yeah, man. But yeah. I'm not gonna lie, when it came to, like, I'm gonna get very personal with this stuff. When it came to that girl, not talking to me as much, or just kind of like, just stop talking, overall, it kind of left a weird effect on me. Like, I would think about her, like, every day since June. I was thinking about her every day. At least like once or twice during no, that's a lie. Not once or twice. Probably like 4 or 5 times throughout the day I would think about her. it was really bad, man. It was very, very bad. But yeah, like, I never cave in to you know, like, trying to get her to talk to me again. I never cave in or caved in like that, or caved in before with her. So I don't know, I was just like, I was really sad. I was really disappointed. Cause like, I thought there was something going on. I thought there was something like we were trying to build back up on, but yeah, it was just nothing. It's nothing. So it was definitely tough for me to find my center. You know, get back to where I was at before I got so emotionally charged by what she was doing. But again, like I said, I've had this issue a lot with other girls, where it's not even an attachment. It's more just like, again, like I was saying before, it's more just hesitating. I hesitate for everything, for every little thing. And with intimacy, like, I just don't know where to go with that. Like, honestly, I don't really care now. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I've had a couple girls in my bed back in college. I have, or vice versa. I've been in like another girl's bed at one point, but I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to, like, engage. So I would just kind of, I don't know, just not really like feel out anything. Like, I would try to make you know, make a little conversation. But I didn't really know where to go with it. Like, at the time, my friends just told me, you know, be aggressive and whatnot. But like, I'm naturally not like that. So I can't just, you know, force myself or anything. So I just didn't know what to do. So yeah, cause like there was actually this one girl that I didn't like. I was mildly attracted to her. Mildly. That's like a safe way of putting it. And she invited me to her room at one point, and I remember that she wanted me to stay, or she wanted me to like watch something with her. But I told her that I had to go because I was gonna be with my friends or whatever, and I ended up leaving, and that was a big ass missed opportunity. Like, the next day when I saw her, she was mad at me because I didn't stay with her. But again, I just get uncomfortable, really, and scared to want to like make an action. So yeah. Again, it's just tough. It's tough. I just don't know how to be intimate with a woman or with a girl. So yeah. But I'm learning. I think eventually I'll get it, but I just gotta, you know, just take it one step at a time, I guess, until I can figure this out. But yeah, again, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm gonna have to get ready to go soon, or get ready to go to sleep soon, so I can wake up in the morning and be early, so I can catch my train heading to VA. So yeah, I guess I got real personal for this video, but you guys haven't seen like an actual video from me in months, or in like, well, actually not months, in weeks. So here it is. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed my talk and whatnot. If you guys want to see me do more stuff like these or like this, I don't mind doing it. Just let me know in the comments below if you guys would like to see me do like drawing vids, or I mean like live drawing sessions and I'll see what I can do about that. But yeah, that's gonna be that. So, like, I haven't really gotten far in this. Like, it's something, I guess. It's still something, but I'll definitely be doing a lot more tomorrow on my way to Virginia. So yeah, that's gonna be that for this vid. Again, if you guys enjoyed the vid, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, the Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. And yeah, so it's gonna be that. Be safe, wash your hands, and peace out.